Well, as you know, I'm Vern Staley, and I was born and raised in Prineville, Oregon, so I'm a native Oregonian, and I'm real proud of that. And I'm really delighted to be invited to be here today. For us, and I'll give you a little explanation why in 1945 in August why we were celebrating and why we were happy. In 1943, I graduated from high school. Shortly after that, I got my notice my friends and neighbors wanted me to help, and off to Portland, go through, pass the physical, sworn into the Army, and then in August, I reported in and ended up in Fort Lewis, Washington, and then sent to Camp Adair, Oregon to join the 70th Infantry Division. And from there we did our training, basic. In December they raided our division because they needed a lot of help all over the South Pacific and in Europe. So then it was back to doing another 17 weeks of basic, training new guys. And fortunately, in February, I was sent to Denver to study to be a medical technician, and got back in May. July, we were shipped to Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. But don't go to Missouri in July. Heat and humidity and bugs are terrible. But anyway, by November, we was headed for Camp Miles Standish in Massachusetts. Got on a ship the 1st of December. 10 days later, we were in Marseille, France. They sent us up on a here, and we bivouacked up there, and then the Battle of the Bulge broke out, and they hurriedly put us on a 48 boxcar and headed us north. And we ended up, now there's a little misinformation. I wasn't in the Battle of Normandy. That was way before 6 months. Anyway, we were put on the front line Christmas Eve, 1944. That was our Christmas present. Christmas dinner on the 25th was cake ration. So anyway, we was in a static position, and then the 5th, 6th, and 7th of January, we were engaged in our first real combat, and we faced a 6th Mountain Division on a German fresh trained division with a lot of experience. They were called an SS Division, which we called Super Soldier. We were kind of equal with the Army Rangers today. Anyway, 3 days of heavy fighting. I was an 8-man for F Company. We had 19 men killed the 6th of January, the heaviest loss we ever sustained in one day. And in 3 days' time, our battalion, 2nd Battalion, 274th Infantry Regiment, we suffered 68% casualties, wounded and killed. And we won the battle and captured over 900 Germans and took the little village of Wingensmoder back, which was important to them because it was a railhead. So from then on, it was fighting in the snow and the cold. Winter 44-45 was the coldest winter they'd had in France in 100 years. And I can attest to it that it's no fun being out in 2-3 feet of snow, below zero, cold, and lots of times you could hear the Germans coughing, and same as we, you know, it wasn't a good life that any of us were leading. And so eventually in March we got to cross the Saar River and got into Germany, and then they decided that 70th ought to be doing occupation duty, and we was delighted to get out of fighting. The general kept sending us letters that he was trying to get us back in action, but we said, you know, hey, if you're that want to do it that bad, you go do it. We'll stay back here and enjoy the good life. So anyway, then we had VE Day, and 2nd Battalion 8th Station, we celebrated for 3 days over that, but we still had this black cloud over us. There was Japan to conquer, and so it was a worry. And then they started shipping people out of our division and sending them back to states to train. I missed a call. I was on a little furlough to Holland, and so I got missed coming back early. A buddy of mine went in my place. So anyway, we did occupation duty until Well, I did it until February in '46. Anyway, what I'm getting to, and I don't do a prepared speech, so I get mixed up maybe. But anyway, VJ Day was really what we were looking forward to, because all of us had this up until that happened. We were probably going to have to go invade Japan, and nobody was looking forward to that. That was something that I know there's a lot of criticism of the atomic bomb, but it saved a lot of lives in the long run. So anyway, that's about the size of it, and I look around here and see all you young people and everything having a good time. And so only one thing, I've been back to Europe about 8 times, and we visit our military cemeteries, and I just hope that all our young men that gave their lives so we can live today isn't in vain, because I am concerned about all the terrible protests that's going on in some of the cities in this country, and they don't appreciate what they've got. If they want to see oppression, they ought to see what I've seen in Europe. And people are Polish people, Czech people, Romanian people, the French people, and Belgians and Holland, and all around that I've been over there, and they have nothing to bellyache about as far as I'm concerned. They live in the greatest world in the country, or the greatest country in the world, and should be happy to be here. With that, that's my thoughts and stuff on it. So anyway, thank you all.